Now that we have the engine out, we can see where the thermal event took place. All this basically was on fire. Luckily, the engine that we're putting in is going to be coming with the new harness. Pretty much everything from here forward is going to be brand new. But unfortunately, we have some things that don't come with the new engine, like this connector here for the secondary air system. Luckily, there are parts on this old engine that we can reuse, which this little guy is going to come into play.
It's a little known fact, the McLaren 675 LT is a limited production car. They built 500 coupes and 500 spiders. But a really cool little piece of trivia is when you look at the VIN number of the car, and we've protected the customer's last 3 digits, if it's a true 675, it will have 675 right here before the last 3 digits of the VIN number. Now you know. So here's where we're at. Day 1. We got off to a slow start. That's okay. Our goal was to have the engine out of the car before we go home day 1, and we're definitely going to have it out. But we've run into a couple challenges along the way. Those things slow us down. But good news is I think we're on target. We're going to be all out, and that'll allow us to just feel a lot more comfortable, because at the end of the day, we got plane tickets from halfway around the world. It was a 22-hour flight. If we don't have this job finished on time, we don't have any other options. We got to go home. We can't reschedule that flight. So we've got to keep going. We might work a little later into the night to get it done, so we're on target for day 1.
Wow, that's gonna be better than original, man. Or the way it used to be.
I agree. So I want you to go find the customer that owns the car and tell him that also.
Oh, okay.
The important thing to realize is we are restoring the protective cover. The wires beneath were not harmed. We're simply restoring the protective cover. And we wouldn't have to do this, but the car deserves it, right?
Yeah.
It deserves to look nice, yes.
We can maybe think better. That's the way I like.
This is nuts. Literally, we're putting them on.
Bathroom time. My gloves have seen better days.
So for those of you that are real astute, mechanically inclined, you probably see I'm taking the water pump off of the new engine. We've got the pulley released. We're taking the bolts off. We're going to remove it. And here's what we've discovered. The motor that we received is a non-air conditioning motor. We need this sprocket bolted to the back of the air conditioning, the water pump to run the AC compressor. And sure enough, this was designed for a non-AC car. So we'll swap the water pump, have the correct pulley, and then we'll be able to put the air conditioning compressor right on the car.
What's your favorite what?
What's your favorite position?
This is definitely going on the video.
What is it?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Only you would know.
Well, considering what we went through last night, Kevin, you should know the answer to that.
What the hell? Kinky.
No response.
Okay, close the shop up. We gotta go. So we're getting the coolant line tightened up, and this makes me think about what is cool. And today's sponsor, let's talk about them. Today's sponsor is actually Casey. Because we don't have any sponsors yet. So Casey's sponsoring this whole video. We can thank him for the entire trip.
Yeah.
He's the coolest. So let's recap where we were yesterday. We left the day off. We actually married the engine, transmission, and the car back together. We took the time to go ahead and torque all the frame bolts to the appropriate specs, and now we're going to start putting together the vacuum lines, the connections, the fuel lines, the electrical connectors, everything else in between. So we plan on having this car started in a couple of hours and see the result. We won't be complete with all the body work, but we'll at least know that we're on the right track and we can put the car back together and know that we're complete. I always wanted to be a wingman. Today I get to be the wingman. Give a tech tip. When we just put the main bolt in that holds this transmission up, the whole back of the transmission floats on this bolt. If you forget to tighten this nut, which spreads it out and locks the transmission in place, when you're driving, you can actually feel the transmission as you get on and off the throttle and move from side to side, and you'll feel the car, it feels like it's moving like this. So if you ever have that happen in your McLaren, well, first check and make sure all the lug nuts are tight. But if they're good, come here. This is probably where you're gonna find your problem.
All right, so we're about to do our first start on this vehicle. Before we actually run it, we're gonna do a priming where we could get the oil and get the gas flowing. Once we're primed, we're gonna start it up and see how she sounds.
Hey, what do you do for a living?
I help my parents, and what my parents live from they're drug dealers.
Back at the time portal.
When you don't have time, you make time. Time portal.
I had to brush my teeth.
Kevin Cummings.
I'm here. Finally.
Casey Squirt.
We made it 2 day nap.
2 day nap.
I forgot what it feels like for United States people how they look at you. They give you this crazy look like, what the fuck are you looking at? Beep that out. It happens. Welcome to America.
We're back.
Fucking man.